Once in a generation, a woman comes along and changes everything. I think that's Tina Fey. Yes, most of you know who she is. Basically, anyone who watches TV knows that her familiar face is seen on the popular comedy show Saturday Night Live with the Weekend Update, and on another show she produces, 30 Rock, playing the quirky character Liz Lemon. What we don't know is the incredible journey she went through to become such a bossy success. This autobiography reveals her avid and awkward tales of her youth and her growth in becoming bossy, leading up to her accomplishments as executive producer of 30 Rock, her experiences on tour duty as a writer and actress on SNL, and her life as a mother, which surprisingly involves eating things off the floor. Bossypants. The title explains it all. You're no one until someone calls you bossy. Tina gives us teens guidelines to outline the growth needed to become successful people with her infamous charm and sarcastic humor. The story of Tina's witty and eccentric life of her nerdy childhood, leading up to her success in Hollywood, is told from her perspective to give her readers valid insights about real-life experiences, most of which are memorable and a lot of times silly. Looking at the introduction here, it says she includes special, never-before solicited opinions on princesses, Photoshop, the electoral process, and Italian mum cake. Tina forwardly shares her personal ideas, experiences, and dreams about succeeding as a boss in today's world. While yes, her approach to her directed topic is sarcastic, she seemingly weaves her honest opinions effortlessly and classically into her story. Her take on subjects like relationships and what to do with their last 5 minutes captivates her intended audience of teenagers. The best part about her writing is how she looks at all sides of a situation or problem and remains unbiased. For example, in Chapter 10, The Secrets of Mommy's Beauty, she describes the process of a celebrity photo shoot and the aftermath of photoshopping. She lists the ups and downs of her experience. I like most that she gives her audience the chance to make their own opinions. This aspect of her writing contributes to the idea of individuality. All teenagers search for this freedom, which is one of many reasons why I recommend this book. It helped me understand the importance of goals to accomplish in my future and developing the skills needed for the real world. Bossypants is a clear-written book. She establishes her topics of discussion in her introduction, going in chronological order of her character development, starting from the description of her parents when she was a child to her own views as a mother herself. This organization style portrays the retrospect of her learnings with many flashbacks. I would also classify this writing as descriptive. Tina's documented experiences use strong emotions such as embarrassment that create a specific angle of vision to help readers understand the importance of the topic. Using the example from before, the use of imagery is also evident when Tina recreates the experience at her own photo shoot. The imagery of how she looks and feels undergoing the process is apparent in her described vulnerability and self-consciousness, with her flaws, quote, out in the open and examined by a makeup artist and stylist whom she just met. On page 149, she describes how the makeup artist will then delicately apply expensive moisturizer to your chicken leg, while your hairstylist massages your scalp, secretly checking for bald spots. Tina Fey recreates many memorable moments with this emotional angle of vision that purposefully leads to insights about her character and learning experiences. Literal pictures also enhance her tone. Here is her picture alongside one of an elderly woman, while first saying in this chapter, I will let you see this photo of me with Photoshop and without. There are 7 differences. While her tone is very sarcastic here, its purpose is to prove a point about Photoshop. Given it's her opinion of the drastic and sometimes negative powers of Photoshop, but also how she can agree with the affirmative in this hot topic debate by approving of its airbrushing possibilities, and then, by the end, she decidedly demands, let me have my Photoshop. Tina Fey's tone and style are distinct with her quick remarks and personable tone to connect to her readers. The sarcasm in describing how her title was named because, quote, 2.5 men was already taken, catches teens' attention with a well-known subject. Her writing connects to readers on a basic level as she relives her lurid tales of anxiety and cowardice. This is because her comedic effect and mocking tone, directed at her own mistakes, gets her audience to understand her struggles and experiences through her eyes, but her main goal ultimately is to have her audience learn from them. Tina's revealed inner thinking also creates an informal and personable writing style. Rhetorical devices are used to describe her father as one boss, bold, blatant man, to underline the important influence of her father, whose attributes taught her how to become a good boss. Finally, when Tina describes the moment when the powerful men in her life meet her father, how they react, and always seem to change their opinion of her because of it, she wonders, what are they realizing? That I have high expectations for the men in my life because I have a strong father figure? For me, her thought process here reveals the root cause of a strong parental figure, strong character. Her style with revealing her innermost thoughts through the use of asides and rhetorical questions invites her audience to become more involved with their individual opinions on the subject matter as well. I like best that Tina gives insights about her opinions and conclusions with a large variety of specific experiences and what she's gained from them. In the introduction on page 5, she states, I've learned a lot over the past 10 years about what it means to be the boss of people. Throughout this novel, she finds the important qualities pertaining to making hard decisions while growing up, learning the skills for handling authority over others, and my favorite, the number one most important rule of beauty, who cares? All things considered, after having read Bossypants, Tina Fey has become one of my few role models. Tina Fey taught me that I can achieve anything I want by working cooperatively with others and having fierce determination and acceptance about who you are as an individual. Tina Fey's unique story is loved by many teenagers and countless immature adults alike, probably having to do with her frequent "that's what she said" jokes. But who cares about their opinion? Let's ask Sarah Palin.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
I certainly am.
I definitely recommend this novel to any student for both in-class assignments and pleasure. There are both many literary devices, intriguing topics to address, and many entertaining author asides to enjoy for laughs. I can assure anyone who even attempts to try this one out will undeniably enjoy her told experiences, and even perhaps be inspired, motivated, or affected like I truly was. So choose this book.
Hey, you there? Hey, you there? You there? Hey, you there? There. Hey, hey, you there? You there? Hey, you there? What? Hey, what? There, what? Hey, hey, you there? You there? I see you over there. Come here. I want you to come here. One time. Release, release. One. This right here is my theme song. No. I bet that it's your ringtone. No.